We journey through life surrounded by invisible walls. At times, these barriers appear so towering and indestructible that we do not even dare to imagine what lies beyond them. We simply collapse in defeat, accepting our confined space as the entire universe. Whenever we stand at the precipice of a new challenge, a profound and vague fear always precedes our every step. The uncharted path, the journey we have yet to embark upon, feels less like an opportunity and more like a looming danger that must be avoided. We seek the warmth of familiarity, huddling in the corners of our comfort zones, terrified of the cold winds of the unknown. But what if the imposing walls blocking our way were never built by the world around us? What if these impenetrable fortresses are merely fragile illusions constructed by our own minds, woven from past traumas and borrowed anxieties? Today, we will embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind these invisible chains. We will explore the depths of our conditioned fears and discover the strength to shatter these illusions, spread our wings, and soar into the boundless sky that has always been waiting for us. Imagine a cold, isolated box sitting in the middle of a quiet laboratory. Inside this enclosure is a hungry, restless cat. Just outside the box, perfectly visible, but agonizingly out of reach, lies a delicious meal. The door is firmly closed. Driven by pure survival instinct, the cat tries absolutely everything to escape. It fiercely scratches at the solid wooden walls, howls into the empty room, and throws its entire body against the unyielding barriers. The struggle is chaotic, desperate, and full of raw energy. Then, purely by chance, the cat steps on a small, inconspicuous pedal hidden in the corner. With a sudden mechanical click, the heavy door swings open. The cat steps out and finally claims its sweet reward. However, the true tragedy begins the moment the cat is placed back inside the box. Faced with the exact same confinement, the cat no longer engages in the desperate creative struggle it initially showed. It abandons all other attempts and solely, frantically presses the very same pedal that once opened the door. Even if the environment changes, the cat remains entirely obsessed with that single, previously successful action. It becomes a willing prisoner of its own past success. This heartbreaking behavior perfectly mirrors the trap we so often fall into in our own lives. We navigate life and stumble upon a small accidental success, or we obediently follow the established paths handed down to us. The moment we receive a token of validation, we stop searching. Trapped by the temporary comfort of a single reward, we completely shut down our innate curiosity. We stop asking difficult questions, willingly locking ourselves inside a conceptual box. We blindly press the same pedal over and over again, quietly wondering why the door to a truly fulfilling life no longer opens. Now shift your gaze to another room. In the center stands a tall ladder, and dangling temptingly from the ceiling right above, it is a ripe bunch of bananas. Driven by natural desire, one monkey approaches and begins to climb the ladder to claim the fruit. At that precise moment, freezing, high pressure, ice water violently pours over the entire room. Both the brave monkey on the ladder and the innocent monkeys observing from the ground suffer a sudden, terrible shock. This horrific and painful experience is repeated every single time any monkey dares to touch the ladder. Very quickly, a bizarre and terrifying rule emerges among the group. The monkeys learn to associate the ladder with unbearable suffering. Now, if any individual even takes a step toward the ladder, the rest immediately rush in, dragging it down and beating it mercilessly to prevent the icy punishment. As time passes, the experimenters quietly remove the monkeys one by one, replacing them with new individuals who have never experienced the freezing water. Yet the brutal violence does not cease. When a new monkey, acting on pure instinct, tries to climb the ladder, the others ruthlessly trample it. Eventually, every single monkey in the room has been replaced. Not a single one of them has ever felt the biting shock of the ice water. But the violent rule remains absolutely intact. If anyone tries to climb, they are violently attacked. No one in the room knows why they must attack, nor do they know why climbing is forbidden. The original trauma is long gone, leaving only the blind, senseless violence of conformity. That is how it has always been done, becomes the deadly justification that crushes any seed of courage. This chilling scenario brilliantly illustrates the dark side of our societal customs and traditions. Outdated rules, born from forgotten circumstances, morph into an oppressive pressure that violently blocks new ideas. We eagerly throw stones at those who dare to dream differently, Captivated by phantom fears of the past, we enforce invisible boundaries, breaking not only our own wings, but also the wings of those around us to preserve an empty tradition. Finally, picture a turtle that has accidentally flipped onto its back, struggling helplessly on the rough ground. Because of its heavy, rigid shell, flipping itself back over is an agonizing and monumental task. It must stretch its neck, violently kick its legs, and struggle with every ounce of its might, just to rock its body enough to return to its natural posture. It is a grueling process that demands immense effort and resilience. But imagine what would happen if every single time the turtle flipped over, a well-meaning person immediately rushed over and gently placed it right side up. At first, that warm, intervening hand would feel like an absolute miracle, a divine salvation from pain and struggle. However, as this gentle rescue is repeated over and over, a devastating internal transformation occurs. The turtle gradually forgets the very mechanics of survival. It forgets how to stretch, how to kick, and how to fight against gravity. Its survival muscles lose their tone, and its inner resilience completely evaporates. Eventually, the turtle becomes an utterly helpless creature. When it falls, it no longer fights. It simply lies there, blankly staring at the sky, waiting for an external savior that may never arrive. This is the insidious trap of learned helplessness. From a young age, society and educational systems strive to protect us from the bitter sting of failure. We are carefully guided along paved, secure paths and shielded from the harsh realities of the world. But in this ongoing process of overprotection, we are robbed of the vital opportunity to build the emotional and mental muscles required to brush off the dirt and stand back up after a fall. We are denied the fundamental right to fail and learn. Because of this, when we are finally forced to face the vast, unpredictable unknown, we freeze in absolute terror. We are paralyzed because we have completely lost the fundamental belief that we possess the strength to save ourselves. The feline constantly pressing an obsolete pedal, the primates enforcing brutal conformity without understanding. Why? The reptile idly waiting for a rescuing hand. These are not merely experimental subjects from the past. They are profound reflections of our own present lives. They are portraits of humanity living within a rigid framework, constantly seeking external validation, walking on eggshells, around societal expectations, and tragically forgetting how to stand independently. We have allowed ourselves to be tamed by these outdated systems for far too long. But the time has come to awaken to the absolute truth. The forces trapping us are not locked physical doors. They are not torrents of punishing ice water, nor are they heavy, immovable shells. The true prison is the vague, formless fear that has settled deep within the quiet corners of our own minds. Pressing the same old pedal is not the only way to open the door to a fulfilling life. You possess the power to tear down the box entirely or to forge a completely new key. The freezing water that once punished ambition has likely dried up a long time ago. The moment you decide to shatter the baseless taboos created by others and bravely take a step forward, you will grasp the extraordinary rewards that were always hidden in plain sight. You already harbor an immense untapped strength to turn your life around. Plant your feet firmly on solid ground and rise with unshakable dignity. Do not cower at the prospect of falling. Do not frantically avoid the pain of getting hurt. Every trial you face, every error you make, and every painful scrape you endure will fortify your spirit. These experiences are the raw materials from which you will build a magnificent, unbreakable bridge leading directly into the unknown. The pitch-black darkness of the uncharted world is not a monstrous entity waiting to devour you. That vast unknown is, in reality, an endless, brilliant blue sky where you can finally unfurl your true wings and soar without limits. Kick your way out of the suffocating, safe boxes that others have designed for you. Boldly ascend the ladders that defy senseless traditions. Stand entirely on your own 2 feet, drawing power from the earth beneath you without relying on anyone's permission or help. The moment you shatter the fragile old shell of fear, you will experience a profound awakening. You will finally understand that you have always been thoroughly prepared to fly into a sky, far more radiant, boundless, and dazzling than you could have ever possibly imagined.